Are we back? We're back. Okay, we're back. Oh my gosh. What happened to the stream? Bro. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. The stream broke. What is going on, man? The stream broke. Anyway, where were we? I think I talked for like a solid 5 minutes. At least. I spoke to it for a solid 5 minutes. Okay. Anyway, we're back. We're back. We can carry on. We can carry on. Okay. So anyway, where was I? So essentially, I was probably about here. I think I was probably about here. Did I talk about? I talked about the dishwasher shot. Oh no, it's Paul. Yeah, right. We're back. What happened? I don't know. Where did we get out to in the trailer? Yo, how's it going? Welcome to the chat. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, the stream broke for a second. Where were we at? Where were we at in the trailer? Someone tell me in the chat. Where were we? Okay. Where were we? I can't wait to see this movie. Me too. Me too, Breezy. I cannot wait. We're just currently breaking down the trailer, having a little discussion. Where were we at in the trailer? Someone tell me, because I've got no clue. I've got actually no idea. I've got no idea where we were. I think we were around here, weren't we? We were around here just before talking about Frank. So yeah, this shot's really interesting. I just like the stream. Well, thank you, Breezy. This shot's really interesting. I think I spoke about this, but I'm not sure if I was sort of live or not at this point. But this shot here, I mean, look how much more interesting New York looks here than in any other. We were at the part where Peter was watching MJ and Ned at the coffee shop. We were there? No. Oh my gosh, we were there. Okay. Anyway. Right, so so this shot is amazing, okay? I'm going to go on a little 2-minute discussion about this. Right, this shot right here, okay? This shot is absolutely incredible. Now, let me tell you why, okay? This shot perfectly encapsulates Spider-Man Brand New Day. Because basically front and center, you've got in front of the camera, center is a washing machine washing Spider-Man's costume, Peter Parker's costume, right? Now, the washing machine is a bright white block, okay, encapsulated by a lot of dark tones. So Peter's wearing grey and black. There's a dark brown chair on the left. There's a oak wooden floor. There's a lot of hard shadows in this shot. Now, what does this mean? Well, this perfectly encapsulates Spider-Man Brand New Day's theme because it's showing us that Spider-Man's front and center and Peter Parker is off to the side, metaphorically. Okay? Oh my gosh! And what's also visually interesting about this is that Peter Parker is in frame, but the most visually interesting, I shouldn't say interesting, most visually, what's the word I'm looking for? Most visually capturing part of Peter Parker's image, Peter Parker's silhouette, is the battle scar he's got on his right thigh because of being Spider-Man. What's the first thing you notice about Peter Parker in this shot? Oh my god, look at the bruise on his leg. That's because of Spider-Man. Okay, Peter Parker also has a lot of hard shadows. His face is darkened out. He's wearing grey and black. Peter Parker is absent. Peter Parker is not there visually. But the battle scars from being Spider-Man are. But the big white block, which is the washing machine, which is washing his costume, is right dead center in the middle of the shot and is the most visually capturing part of the shot is... Okay? This shot is amazing. They are cooking. Sorry, I know. You think, Lewis, it's just a washing machine. I know. Okay? I know it's a washing machine, but it's a visually interesting shot, okay? I'm nerding out over this, okay? I love this shot. This shot is goated. Okay, this shot is brilliant. Okay. I can see Harry and the Osborns being introduced. Saw the trailer. Best day ever, says Jay. Welcome to the chat. Is MJ's boyfriend in this movie that we see in this trailer MCU? Paul says, Thomas, I Well, we'll get to that. The lenses do move, though, just not as much. I'm already missing the moving lenses. Peter Parker, I imagine, might introduce. So, basically, this shot is one of the best shots in the trailer. Just saying. So, let's move on. So, Spider-Man gets the key to the city. MJ and Ned watch on. This apartment looks very similar to Peter Parker's. We'll get to why that's the case in a minute. Peter jumps off a building. We get him interacting with the Punisher. Now, this scene was the first scene they ever filmed for the film, which was in Edinburgh, if you remember, with the cargo truck, which has the Hands logo on the side of it. Okay. I totally get what you're saying, Lewis. I totally agree with you. Yeah, I'm nerding out over a washing machine, guys. Please, someone help me. Okay? I think washing machine just represents how Goat Spider-Man might be washed, gang. Oh, Mickey! Yo! Give this man an Oscar. Absolutely goated. Yes, you are right. Lewis, you just gave me an idea for a poster design. Oh, I love that. Okay, Cham Cook. Actually, send. You know what? When you finished, tag me on Discord and post it in the server. Don't forget this film is already important because it leads straight into Doomsday. It is very important. Definitely giving Spider-Man 3 vibes with the key to the city. Ah, Jay, like that. Peter peeing in the bathroom. Lewis, that's a great shot. That's a... Oh, cool man knows. It's a great shot. Okay, it is. Okay, it's true. So, I love this. Spider-Man versus the Punisher. A little bit of witty banter between the two. I love this shot. Oh my god, I only just realized this. Ooh, that's nice. But that's what I love more about this is look at New York City. Okay, especially here. Look how interesting New York City looks visually. Now, people have complained about this before in like past Avengers movies or past Spider-Man movies. People have gone, New York just doesn't look that interesting, especially in the MCU. I mean, look how visually interesting that is. I'm sorry. I've not seen Spider-Man like this in a very long time. I will continue to talk about the visuals, but I love their witty banter, by the way. So this scene, I love. And Peter calls him Frank, so of course he knows him. And I don't know whether that's just because Frank's infamous in New York City, or he's met him prior because we know there's a 4-year time jump. Okay. Andrew's is now the only movie live-action Spider-Man to not get a key to the city, says Mickey. That's true, actually. Definitely love the interaction between Spider-Man and the Punisher, as if one red costume freak wasn't enough for Frank to deal with. That is so true, Jay. And I love this. He kicks the Punisher out the car, webs his mouth. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So, and we'll get back to the cargo truck, actually, because there's a few things I want to say about that as well. Later on in the trailer when we talk a bit about the nitty-gritty stuff. So Peter Parker, this is his apartment complex. However, this is a housewarming party for MJ. Now, if we remember, MJ and Ned went to MIT. Okay, in the end of No Way Home. Now, it's been 4 years since Spider-Man No Way Home. So what's happened is MJ and Ned have finished their courses at MIT. And they've moved back to New York. Okay. They've moved back to New York. Now, this will be MJ. Moving into her apartment in New York. Which is going to, obviously, coincidentally, going to be next to Peter Parker, which is a massive coincidence, but would also happen to Peter Parker. It's the most Peter Parker thing to happen, right? Ex-girlfriend comes back that doesn't remember you and doesn't love you anymore, right? Sad times. So, Tava Smoke, how we're doing? His spider sense should have clocked it considering Frank is a mercenary, but I get that it's not Spider-Man 2. Who do you think the dot friend is? Harry, Paul, or other? Well, we'll get to that, Barry, just 1 second. So this is a housewarming party. This is likely the first time Peter meets MJ since No Way Home. I imagine this is the first time they meet since then. And then, of course, MJ has a new boyfriend. Now, in the chat, who is this Don? Who is he? Who is he? Right? Who is he? He's either two. There's two possible people he is. He's either Harry Osborn or he's Paul. And okay, he could be Paul. He could be. Harry will probably be introduced in this piece. And the thing is, I could see it being Harry Osborn. Because if at some point we do get the Green Goblin, I don't think it'll be Norman Osborn. Because of No Way Home. So if it is Harry and we do end up getting the Green Goblin, this will be Harry Osborn. He could be Paul or Harry, says Phoenix. No, please. I don't want him to be Paul. Please be Harry Osborn. Man, we haven't had Harry in such a long time. No, please. Please, it's not Paul. I beg, please don't be Paul. I swear to God. I will literally... Please, I beg you. Oh my gosh. Don't be Paul. Everyone's saying Paul in the chat. I can't do it, chat. I can't do it. That ain't Harry, says Cool Man. That ain't Harry. Oh my gosh. So, of course, Peter sees this and is basically like, I'ma kill this man. I'ma straight up kill this man. Okay? You know what's actually funny about this is this is how we were all looking at Paul during the Amazing Spider-Man comics by Seb Wells. When Paul got introduced, this is how we all be looking at him. Like, I'ma kill you. I'ma get you. Okay? Peter's about to kill this man. Okay? Maybe Harry, but we don't know if he's an Osborn until the 5th film. I could see, if he is Harry, I could see them pulling an MJ thing where in the Home trilogy, they were like, oh, you know, we're not going to say his name directly until later on. He should be Harry. They dropped a new vid live streaming the trailer released on Spider-Man channel. It's not much, though. Thanks, Lewis. I want this to be Harry, says Jay. He looks a lot like Harry. We might get Paul adapted in the MCU before GTA 6. I can't believe that's actually true. Harry, Paul, people are saying Tom's going to put some dirt in his eyes. He actually is. I mean, this is the closest we've got to a Bully Maguire look from Tom Holland. Okay? Peter to that guy, I'm going to put some dirt. Yeah, everyone's saying, yeah. Building up the universe tension, a version of Osborn, says Nova. I love also in this shot, the fairy lights. Sorry. Just a cute little detail that I noticed. Fairy lights, I like them. They've got no significance from what I can tell to the story or the visual storytelling, but I just like them. I like fairy lights. Okay? Let me have this win. There is no washing machine to be seen. If it is Harry, it'll make more sense for Peter to be bitter, especially after No Way Home. That's a good point, Jay. You have hit a nail on a head there. On any head, but the Osborn head. Okay? If Peter finds out this is Harry Osborn, then Peter's going to be... I mean, look, he's slightly happy to see her, and then he's like, oh, hell no. Then he's going to be bitter, right? Yeah, then he's like, what the hell? Who's this man? You want forgiveness? Get religion, says Phoenix. Bro, imagine if Tom gets the symbiote in this movie. Imagine. Nah, there's too much going on. There's no way. That guy's done, says Mickey. Yeah, fix this damn door, Toby said. So, then, of course, the trailer introduces us to, of course, the Man-Spider story. So, Peter's in an absolute sweat. Now, I don't think this is... I personally don't think this is Man-Spider story. I think he's been poisoned by the Scorpion here. That's what I think this is. Okay. But I think they cleverly tied it together to layer it into this scene. Okay, now this is the web cocoon. Now this is outside. Now I was just glad. At this point, I thought, oh my god, we're about to see Tom Holland's butt cheeks. Okay, and I'm glad we got the boxers. Put it that way. Okay. But yeah, so Tom Holland, of course, wakes up. Peter, should I say, and in the web cocoon, and just falls. Okay. Harry and Peter should be friends at first, says Phoenix. Peter and Harry were always friends in other versions of Spider-Man. Harry being the one to date MJ in this movie could mean he and Peter won't get along in the MCU, says Cool Man. That's true. This film is definitely giving me the vibes of the 90s cartoon mixed with the rejected James Cameron film. That's interesting you bring up the James Cameron film. Okay, so now my question to you guys in the chat, now be completely honest, right? Do you think that they will do the... do you think they'll do the actual Man-Spider story? And what I mean by that is, do you think they'll do the whole shebang where Peter actually becomes Man-Spider? Do you think that's the case? Will he actually become Man-Spider? That's my question. Do you think that will happen? Or are they just going to sort of teeter on the edge? You know, Spider-Man 2 style, right? You know, where he loses his powers and that's the whole mutation that's going on. There's nothing else. Now, of course, Peter goes and sees Bruce Banner, and of course is getting sort of himself analyzed. I imagine this is a machine Bruce Banner has. Now, this is something that the F4 would usually do, but of course the F4 we can't really have them in here before Doomsday. So of course it's Bruce Banner taking up this role. Bruce looks like he's a college lecturer now. He's got some kind of thing on his arm, I imagine, that controls whether he's the Hulk or not. And yeah, I love this shot as well, you know. This shot, you know, with Bruce sort of, you know, a low angle, him towering over Peter, sort of suggesting that, you know, the authority that Bruce has, and Bruce doesn't, you know, Bruce doesn't know who Peter Parker is, so he doesn't have that sort of relationship with him. So I really like the visual storytelling here. Once again, just another testament to Destin Daniel Cretton. I think they're combining the Man-Spider story with the other story, yet no 6 arms, says Barry. Twitter would have had a field day if we saw his butt cheeks. I think they're saving Gwen or Miles or Jumpstart Spider-Gwen. I think they could introduce another Spider-Person at some point. Tough to say, but Man-Spider in live action would be insane. Well, to be fair, Spider-Noir are doing it, aren't they? I think it could go both ways. Like, we got Bruce Banner in this, so it would make sense to have him help if he fully turns into Man-Spider. I really don't want it to be, but my slick sense says it'll happen after reminding the 90s cartoon mutation disease storyline. Man-Spider versus Hulk, says Phoenix. How is Bruce just Bruce now? How did we get when he was Smart Hulk before? He has a device to control it now. I believe the Madam Web movie was originally supposed to tie into this movie with the whole mutation, but because, remember, there's actually concept art showing that Tom was supposed to appear in the film. Wow! You know what, Nova? That is a fantastic point. Sony, once again, trying to connect these movies. This movie looks amazing. It does. If we get Man-Spider, I would be happy, says Taver Smoke. And then we get this shot of water dripping. Now, I think what this is like sort of Tom's senses are heightened. Because then we get this shot is followed by Peter just going absolutely berserk, his spider sense. Now, this will be an effect of the mutation. Now, here's another thing that I'm going to go crazy over. And people are not going to believe that I'm absolutely... Oh, my God. Right. Okay. They kept the wrinkles. They kept the wrinkles in his suit. We've got wrinkles. Look. We've got wrinkles. We've got wrinkles. We got wrinkles in the suit. Why is this important? It's important to me because ever since The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Peter Parker has looked... And this ties back to the whole thing I was talking about, how these movies look too perfect. Have you ever looked at Spider-Man in the Home Trilogy and gone, he looks way too perfect? He looks too clean, right? Oh my God, they've got wrinkles. Now, not only is this a stark contrast to the Home Trilogy, suggesting that Peter Parker is, of course, down on his luck, depressed, and living in an apartment that he can't afford, and no one knows he's Peter Parker and he's Spider-Man, and he's lived depressed for the last 4 years of his life, yes, but also, it's just way more visually interesting. Spider-Man's not meant to have a perfect suit, so they got the wrinkles. Oh my gosh, they got the wrinkles. Okay, I'm happy they got the wrinkles. I was asking myself how Hulk became Bruce again until I was reminded of She-Hulk. We don't need to be reminded of She-Hulk, but also, Jay, I was just reminded of She-Hulk too. Okay, Banner's device on hand for the Hulk reminds me of Connor's anti-serum for the Lizard. Yes, sir, wrinkles. We didn't get that with the CGI Spidey suit in the Home Trilogy. Absolutely. And I'm so glad that's the case. Now, Bruce, of course, here. Get this nice, very nice shot of Spidey. And this, I think, this looks like him. Now, if we look very, very closely, okay, he doesn't have web shooters here. Now, we've got big and bulky web shooters. Okay, Spider-Man has really big and bulky web shooters throughout this film. Here, he doesn't. Now, I'm thinking organic webbing. Okay, there's a lot of rumors that Peter was going to get organic webbing in this movie, and I think this is the case, okay? No more unnecessary CGI models. Absolutely, champ. I completely agree. However, with the amount of stuff in this movie, they might not have the time to do the whole 6 arms thing, so it might just be an organic webs thing, and maybe the stingers. See, I think that's a bit anticlimactic, though, because there's no consequence to any of this happening. Like, if Spider-Man's powers are just freaking out, and then he's alright, like, what was the point? You know, so... I think there's got to be some sort of race against time. You know, is Peter trying to stop the Man-Spider mutation? Does it actually happen? You know, what's going on? Okay. And I think Peter becoming Man-Spider is such an interesting concept thematically, because Peter Parker is being erased from existence. He has been erased from existence, and he's only Spider-Man. And the more he delves down that path, the more he becomes Spider-Man, you know, the more he becomes Man-Spider. And Man-Spider is sort of the final form. no Peter Parker whatsoever, and full Spider-Man. Okay, and I think thematically, Man Spider really, really works here. So now I'm thinking about it, they probably will do Man Spider. Okay, thematically, Man Spider makes perfect sense for this movie and the journey that we're on. Okay, Phoenix says, is Sadie Sink playing Jean Grey? Let's get to it. Let's talk about it. Okay, here we go. Water tank. So this is him testing his organic webbing, maybe failing slightly. Of course, we get our shot of May Parker's grave. I wonder if we might see Uncle Ben's here as well, maybe at some point. I think maybe because we didn't see Uncle Ben, maybe not. This is the last chance I think we get at seeing Uncle Ben's grave. I love how they're adapting elements of the other in this as well, says well Dave. I believe he will stay with the enhancements of his mutation going forward after this film with the organic webbing. I believe so as well. And this shot. This is Jean Grey. Not Jean Grey. This is Sadie Sink. Okay? This is definitely Sadie Sink. What do you guys think? That rhymed. This is definitely Sadie Sink. Now, who is she playing? Well, I think we can categorically say she's not Carly Cooper. Okay? We can categorically say she's not Mary Jane Watson. She's probably not Gwen Stacy. And she's almost certainly probably Jean Grey. Because Sadie Sink looks like the key in all this. She is the one inside of this tanker that has the hand logo on it, that the Punisher was trying to chase down, that Spider-Man then got involved with. This is the prison break sequence that we saw. Okay, this is the tanker. Peter going in. By the way, I love this shot. I love this shot. And then this woman comes out. Okay, but she's being mind controlled. Then this guard gets mind controlled. I think it's Jean Grey. I really, really do. The old director wasted Uncle Ben so hard in the first trilogy, says Phoenix. The leak says Jean Grey. The leak has been true so far, says Nova. And I agree. Mind control, I think she's Jean Grey. I think she is. I really do. I really, really do. And of course, this is going to be, of course, damage control, talking to Spider-Man, of course, probably about sort of what's going on. This is Jean Grey. This is the same coat that Sadie Sink was seen wearing on set. This is, well, it's not Jean Grey, it's definitely Sadie Sink. Now, what looks like she's doing is it looks like she's got some camera equipment, maybe, some projector equipment. Maybe she's watching across the city and she's mind controlling from a distance. Okay, maybe that's what's going on. There are scenes in that trailer with a visible person taking people out, so that could also be Sadie Sink's character. And I think that's what's going on here. So she's like Black Sky from Daredevil series. It feels odd having Jean Grey in a Spidey film out of all the mutants he could cross over with. Why would Jean be the antagonist of this movie, though? I don't think that fits her character. I don't think it's about her being the antagonist. I think it's about her being a weapon. Okay, and Jean sort of being like, okay, I know I'm a weapon. I want people to leave me alone, but also the Department of Damage Control also needs to leave me alone. Okay, so I'm going to do everything I can to sort of make these guys' life hell so I can sort of get away. I think that might be where her character's at, okay, if I'm being honest. Now, we know she's been cast in Secret Wars as well. So, whoever she is, she's a significant Marvel character, not just a Spider-Man character. Okay, why would they make... I don't think Jean Grey's a villain. I wouldn't say she's the villain. I think we've got to draw a line here, right? She's going to be an antagonist for this film, definitely. Now, what does antagonist mean? Antagonist means someone who's in opposed to our main character, the protagonist. Our protagonist is, of course, Peter Parker, and he's going to come into conflict of interest with Sadie Sink's character at some point. So Sadie Sink's character is an antagonist, okay? Now, Jean Grey could be an antagonist. Doesn't mean she's a villain, okay? Those are two different distinctions. Usually a villain's an antagonist, but there are distinctions, okay? Because a villain, the villain of this film, is going to be Tombstone. Okay, he's the villain. He's the bad guy. Jean Grey isn't a bad guy. She's an antagonist. She's an obstacle, but she's not necessarily the person doing anything wrong. From her perspective, you can sort of see where she's coming from. Maybe Tombstone tries to use her power to take control of the streets. Yeah, exactly. Maybe that could be the case. Right? You know, there's all sorts of different things. And I think Actually, that makes a lot of sense because Sadie Sink, she's obviously mind controlled someone to take over this tanker, which has crashed into the prison, which we know, due to the set photos, Scorpion, Matt Gargan, then escapes from. So Tombstone's plan is to break out villains from prison to use as mobsters. Using Sadie Sink's mind controls, he sends a tanker in there. Peter's like, who's in there? It's this old woman, mind controlled. Mind control comes out, goes into this guard. Peter's like, what the hell is going on? Okay, there Sadie Sink is doing it from the shadows. Maybe, possibly controlled by Tombstone. Okay, with Peter mutating, with Jean being included, we can definitely see MCU growing the mutant world, says Phoenix. Jean was the antagonist for swapping Spider-Man and Wolverine's body in the OG Ultimate Comics. And you could say that, right? So, and this shot, oh my god. Oh yes. Oh yes! This is amazing. And oh my god. This movie is going to be so good. So, the Scorpion is going to be the main villain, quote-unquote, in terms of muscle. Tombstone's probably going to operate from the shadows, and I would not be surprised at all if Tombstone is the overarching villain of the whole trilogy. If he's sort of in the shadows in this one. I'd be surprised if we don't see him at all. You know, voice maybe a few scenes here and there. I would not be surprised if we barely see him. Scorpion's the muscle. Okay, he is the front lines guy Spider-Man's going to fight in this movie. Okay, and I'm glad we're finally getting Scorpion. Jean is in Peter's room. Is she? I like how we're actually calling her Jean Grey now. I wouldn't say that's Peter's room. Or maybe it could be. Scorpion, it's about freaking time. It is about time we got Mando's Scorpion. About time. And he looks awesome. I am so happy we've got him. I mean, this fight scene. Oh my god. Oh, yes. This is going to cook. This is probably the final fight scene of the film, I imagine. Between these two, anyway. You know, we might get a final battle. Maybe Peter confronts Tombstone. I don't know. But this, or maybe it's Jean Grey or something like that, right? This is going to be awesome. I'm so happy. Okay, this movie is screaming Batman 2022 with many characters and dark themes. I agree, Phoenix. It absolutely is. The MCU, after, failed to amaze me with how they portray Spider-Man villains, especially Mysterio. You know how long I've been waiting for this, Scorpion. So yeah, we get this really... This reminds me a lot of Insomniac Spider-Man. This shot does. A lot of it... I can see Insomniac inspiration here. Just the way the camera... You know, New York looks, you know, sort of the wide FOV, you know, the golden hour lighting. Reminds me a lot of Insomniac Spider-Man, this. Very much so. Once again, I think this is from a montage of Peter trying to figure out his organic webbing. Then we get this shot of the Punisher in the prison. And this is where it gets really interesting, okay? So, MJ and Spider-Man. Now, I said at the start of the stream, or the last stream, I guess you could say, is... I think, personally, MJ's not even going to be in this movie a lot. I think her presence will be looming over the movie. I don't think MJ herself is going to be in the movie a lot. Now, the way MJ could be in this movie a lot is if she somehow gets wrapped into the Spider-Man world. Right? The same way that we see her get wrapped into the Spider-Man world in sort of like the 90s cartoon and the Spectacular Spider-Man and stuff like that, right? Where, you know, she somehow gets wrapped up in the villain stuff. Maybe she knows Jean Grey. Maybe she knows Sadie Sink's character, whoever that will be. Well, Dave says everything about this is an improvement on the last trilogy. I completely actually agree. I actually really do. I really agree. This is 100% the final battle because it's nighttime. Yes, says Mickey. You know what? They always do that. Better late than never. This is just as great as Friendly Neighborhood's version. It does look like Insomniac Spider-Man. How is she going to be? How long is she going to be in this movie? I don't know. I don't think she'll be in it that much, but I think her presence will loom over the movie. MJ has pictures of Spider-Man on her fridge in the party. Oh, that's interesting. I did not notice that. So maybe she's fascinated by Spider-Man. Maybe there's a whole... Maybe they're adapting the Girl Next Door story where... Obviously, MJ knows Peter's Spider-Man but doesn't let on. Maybe they're adapting that story. Do you think they're going to reenact the kiss scene? I think they get... I am assuming they get pretty close here. I can sense a small Daredevil cameo maybe towards the end because Frank called him up to help with a big threat. Am I the only one who really likes how MJ has a very dark shade of red in her hair? Yeah, I've been trying to look for that. I've been trying to look for that. But this is a really nice shot. Yeah. I don't know. This is interesting. Because if MJ was just sort of in the Peter side of the story, I'd completely understand that, and I could sort of piece that together in my head. This, I'm not sure. This is threw me a little bit. I'm not really sure what they're going to do here. Once again, filming from Edinburgh with the tank scene. And imagine this leads to the prison break scene where, you know, obviously Sadie Sink's character is mind controlling from a distance. It's mainly in the party scenes you can notice the shade of red. Shall we go back for 1 second and have a quick look? Oh, maybe slightly. I don't know if I'm just seeing it because I want to see it. Oh, maybe slightly. You know, you compare the browns down here to up here. This is definitely more maroon. Yeah. No, I think so. Yeah, probably. You're probably right there. Then we get this awesome montage. So this will probably be a part of the 4-year montage in between No Way Home and this movie. This will definitely be in the montage, okay? So we get the Amazing Fantasy recreation, of course. We get, of course, Spider-Man fighting Boomerang. That looks awesome. We get Spider-Man fighting Tarantula, which also looks awesome. Look at these shots, by the way. Look at how the city looks so dull. And Spider-Man just stands out in all of them. I think that's so visually interesting. I think that's so visual. I mean, look at this. He looks out of place. I think that's so visually interesting. I think that's really cool. Reference to the comic that introduced Spider-Man, absolutely. She knows... will she remember everything with Peter Parker and Mary Jane? I don't think they'll remember. I think this is going to be a new relationship. I think she helped Spider-Man back in her high school days, but then she randomly ghosted her due to the spell. So maybe Ned and MJ dislike Spider-Man whilst watching him get the key to the city and stuff. Interesting, interesting. Check the scene at the end between Peter and MJ where he gives her flowers. I think it's meant to be an homage to the Face It Tiger moment. You can notice the red more. Okay, we'll get to that. Bet it was intentional, says Jay. I believe this film is the last time we see MJ and Ned possibly setting up Harry and Gwen. Oh, that's interesting, Nova. Then we get this. Okay, so the hand. Of course, this is the prison scene. So it's going to be a coordinated attack, isn't it? So we're probably going to get Punisher and Spider-Man scene with Truck. Truck crashes into prison. Peter discovers mind control things. Sadie Sink's character is doing it from the shadows. People start escaping, including Matt Gargan. Peter goes in to try and stop everything. The hands show up to cause more chaos. Welcome Blitz. My only complaint is that I wish they waited for the next movie to reintroduce Ned and MJ. I think it makes sense, though. I really do, because you got to think about it like this. You know, they are a reminder of what Peter's lost. It's not like he's getting back with MJ the second that he sees her. She's got a boyfriend, you know? When will they give MJ the red hair? I think she might already have it. How the heck did they get his mask off, says Well Dave. I guess they just pulled it off. Daredevil is currently getting PTSD from the hand. Yeah, of course, from the Netflix show. So this is not the first time we've seen them. So this shot is so cool. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. And they're trying to kill Peter here. They're trying to kill him. Maybe this was a setup. Maybe Tombstone has worked with Sadie Sink's character, the mind control, to set up Peter coming to the prison where the hand can ambush him. Maybe it was a setup to kill Spider-Man. Because you've got to remember, Peter has been taking down crime for 4 years. And Tombstone's probably at the heart of all that. So Tombstone's like, we got to get rid of this guy. We got to get rid of Spider-Man. How are we going to do it? This is the plan. And this is probably the plan. Okay? This is probably the plan. So then, of course, we get Peter opening his eyes. He looks possessed as well. What is going on there? Is this... I think this potentially could be Sadie Sink's character mind controlling Peter Parker. Potentially, this could be it. And yeah, or this could be potentially, this could be sort of a part of his transformation into Man Spider. I don't know. He looks more possessed though, doesn't he? I mean, look at his eyes; they're just black. He looks possessed. So he wakes up, And then, of course, then we get this awesome shot. Oh my god, I love this. This shot is awesome. So the hand dude comes down, the ninja stabs the webbing, and Peter just absolutely obliterates his sword. Oh my god. It's awesome. Okay. Symbiote, says Breezy. I don't think it's a symbiote. I think it's possession or a man-spider thing. Mutation thing. Where are the defenders when you need them? Pete can't fight them alone. Whacked up powers or not. Symbiote eyes, or is it all side effect of mutation? I think it could be the transformation. Could be the mutation. Okay. Organic insta-kill, says Jay. Pure aura. He absolutely obliterates this sword. Oh my god. I mean, if I'm the rest of the ninjas here, I'm out. I'm gone. Okay? I am gone. I am not coming back. Okay? Nope. Tombstone, you can do this on your own. I am gone. I'm out. Okay? Bye. By the way, just remembered, apparently the woman who gives Spider-Man the key to the city is a part of Mayor Fisk's staff. However, this takes place after Born Again Season 2, so maybe she's the new mayor. Good point, Mickey. Very good point. This will be after Season 2 of Born Again, I imagine. And then, of course, cut to black. This is sort of the shock shot. Then we get the stinger shot. Well, it's not the stinger, really, is it? But this is a cool shot. I mean, look at that. Wow. I've never seen a Spider-Man movie look like this before. This looks incredible. Yeah. That's so freaking sick, says Cool Man. So who controls the hand? Tava, I think I'm not as clued up on the Netflix stuff as I would want, but I'm assuming, given the circumstances of this movie, I imagine they might end up working alongside Tombstone. I imagine that's the case. Why does this remind me of Spider-Man fighting a green ninja chick in MTV series? Oh, yeah. Oh, what was her name? Oh, wow. You just unlocked a memory. Yeah. No, Jay, you're right. People asking where the Defenders were Spider-Man during Born Again. Yeah, eye for an eye, definitely. It looks like the hand has a few female leader people saying it's Elektra. It could be Elektra. So we get a cool shot. This is awesome. This is an awesome shot that we get here. I think Tom's gonna get train or flood rescue moment in this film. I definitely agree, Phoenix. He is gonna get that kind of moment. Nova says, "Can we also admit this film is where Peter gets a proper spider sense?" Yeah, this will be it. You know, we've dabbled in spider sense in the home trilogy. Here is where it's gonna happen properly, I think. I agree. It makes sense because the movie takes place 4 years after No Way Home. I only hope they introduce new supporting characters like Robbie and Randy. Shikata was a name from the MT. Oh, yes. Of course. Then, of course, we get the logo. There you go. What's interesting about the logo is that the brand new day font. Now, we already talked about this, but the brand new day font is sort of the same font as the home trilogy Spider-Man. And then they've replaced the Spider-Man with new font, which is sort of a representation of him moving on, right? I guess visually with the logo. Okay. And then we Elektra died. Oh, I don't know. I haven't caught up on the Netflix stuff. I'm gonna have to. Now I think whoever mentioned it, maybe it was Well Dave, I think in the chat. I can't remember who it was, but someone mentioned this is the Hey Tiger moment. And I think you're right. I think it's maybe a reverse Hey Tiger moment. Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah, look. Spider-Man. Oh, my God. Maybe Ned and MJ are trying to figure out who Spider-Man is. That's really, really interesting. Oh, wow. I just realized this. That's crazy. Oh, wow. Okay. I like Ned's shirt, by the way. So, yeah, this is definitely the Hey Tiger moment. This is the Hey Tiger moment. This is it. This is it. Now Tom is getting... Oh, my... Alex, no need for that in the chat. Let's not do that. Doesn't matter who it is. Imagine Tony gave Peter a spider truck like in the comics. Yeah, I always hated when Spider-Man got a vehicle. You know, he's meant to be swinging, right? My only hope is Jameson makes a small cameo. I hope Jameson's in this movie. It would be cool if we get Alan Richardson as Eddie Brock. People really, really want him to be Eddie Brock, don't they? Peter be like, say that again? Hold on, MJ became a party girl. Well, she's been in college for 4 years, so, I don't blame her, right? And I said this, oh my God, we've been saying this for so long. In my previous videos on Brand New Day and discussions in live streams and stuff, we've said we think MJ is going to be more like the comic accurate MJ that we know and love from the early comics. We think that's who she's going to be. 4 years is a long time. She's going to have transformed in that 4 years. And when she comes back to New York, she's going to be so different. And that's going to throw Peter off. I think people are going to really love MJ in this movie. They are. That people are going to love MJ. She's going to be... Yeah, you can notice the red hair. You are right. You are right. You are right. You can notice the red hair. But I think this is interesting as well. About the pictures of Spider-Man on the wall. Yeah, that's yeah. The only cast member from the home movies I can see coming back is Betty Brant because of the Bugle. Well, there's rumors she's actually in this movie. That's like a B plot I'd like to see. But what would motivate Ned and MJ to find out Spider-Man's identity? Well, I actually have got no idea. That one I don't know. We're gonna just have to see, aren't we? Then of course MJ's like friendly neighbor, and Peter just sort of throws his drink back up. So her hair, you are right, her hair has got a red tint to it, so she does have the red hair. On the vehicle side of things, pretty sure Peter doesn't have a license in the comics because swinging is so much more convenient. If they do Eddie, which route would you want them to go? 616 Classic or the Ultimate route, where they grew up like brothers? 616 in this case. I think it's too late to do the Ultimate route. I never really liked the Ultimate route anyway. I think it works in Spider-Man's early days. Obviously, you can reintroduce Eddie into his life and be like, oh, I knew Eddie as a kid, and our dads worked together or whatever. But I think we're past doing parent stuff. I think we're past doing Uncle Ben stuff. I think we're past doing Spider-Man past stuff. I think we've got what we've got, and let's just roll with it, okay? I pray this film makes me love MJ again, even if it's not Mary. Well, this is Mary Jane, and well, it's not Mary Jane. Her name's not Mary Jane. Her name is Michelle Jones Watson. But I think this is going to be more like what MJ is meant to be from the comics. Is that mine?
No, it's mine.
Oh, okay. I thought I was brought a hot drink. The other half has entered the chat. She said, "Shall we show her the Brand New Day trailer?" Chat. Shall we show her? Have you seen the Brand New Day trailer?
No.
Shall we show you?
Okay.
Shall I show you the Brand New Day trailer?
I'm in my pajamas though, so I don't want to come in the video.
Put a hoodie on. Put a hoodie on. Let's go. Okay. Shall we show her the chat? Shall we show her the trailer? I think we should show her the trailer. I think we should show it. And this is the scene where she starts realizing when she tells Peter, friendly neighbor. Yeah. Peter chokes up his drink at this point, doesn't he? He's like, what did she just say? I hope she goes by Mary Jane. She won't go by Mary Jane. She'll go by Michelle J. Well, she'll go by MJ, won't she? Was that Holly? That is Holly. She's here. People know you. Yes. Shall we show her the trailer? Okay, I'll load up the trailer. Let's load up the trailer. Let's run it from the beginning. Let's load it from the beginning. Here we go. Obviously on brand. Got the Marvel. Got the Marvel hoodie on. Here we go. Here she is on stream. Chat, here she is. Let's go. See the chat. W in the chat for Holly. Let's go. Headphone in. Let's do it.
I wish you'd given me more notice about this.
Well, you just rocked up and I was streaming, so oh my, it's so hot in here. I've been talking for a while. Anyway, let's go. So this is Holly's reaction to the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. Here we go.
I feel under pressure.
Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna turn the audio on. I don't want to get copyright here though, so I'm just hoping us in the corners enough to put Sony Pictures off from giving us a strike here. That shot, man. I love that shot.
He seems really depressed.
I know, right?
Aww.
People are saying take over the channel. I love this interaction.
He just gets shot.
Yeah.
And he's just okay.
Yeah, he's Spider-Man.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No. Get your hands off her. Get your hands
She's
off
got a
her.
boyfriend.
What's up with him?
He's mutating. I genuinely thought we were going to see Tom Holland's butt cheeks then. I'm not going to lie.
I just like seeing Tom Holland topless.
It's Bruce! It's Bruce! You didn't react for Bruce.
Oh, it's Bruce.
Oh, May. That's Sadie Sink, by the way.
Where?
Just in that chair.
I didn't see her.
This is her character mind controlling people. We think, anyway. The chat thinks as well. That's her, I think. Oh, Scorpion. Oh, this movie looks so good.
Why are his eyes black? What? Is he like possessed?
There you go. That's this
That's so good.
this movie's cooking. It's actually cooking. Holly, take over the channel.
Oh yeah. Okay.
This I cannot believe. Oh my gosh. So essentially, where's Sadie Sink then? So let me show you Sadie Sink. Where is she?
I've got the Spider-Man mug.
You brought the Spider-Man. I was like, that's why I was like, oh my god, do you bring me a drink? Oh my god. No, it wasn't for me.
Sorry.
Oh well. This is Sadie Sink. You can tell by the hands.
Yeah.
It's Sadie Sink's character. This is. Now we think she's playing a character called Jean Grey. Now Jean Grey is an X-Men character, but she mind controls people essentially. So what we think is a villain is making her mind control people, and basically this car crashes into a prison. Peter's like, who's in there? It's an old lady.
Really analysed
It's an
this.
old lady that's being mind controlled by Sadie Sink's character,
Yeah.
right?
This is reminding me
And
of
then
something.
then she switches to this guy, but then they're in the prison, right? They're in the prison,
Yeah.
and we think it's a trap because they're using Sadie Sink to lure Spider-Man here by mind controlling this old woman to crash this vehicle into a prison, and then the Hand, which are these guys, okay, ambush Peter at the prison, and that's where we get this scene. All the while this is happening, by the way, Peter Parker's mutating into a spider, like a 6 foot, what, 12, like he's like a 12-foot spider, right?
Why is he mutating though?
So his powers are turning him
Is it
into a giant spider.
Is it how unstable he is emotionally is making his powers unstable?
They could be doing a Spider-Man 2 thing,
Yeah.
where in Spider-Man 2, if you guys remember, well, everyone knows Spider-Man 2, Peter's obviously mental state dictated his powers. Could be the same thing. Now, I'll keep that up there.
You know what his eyes reminded me of?
What?
But not related to Spider-Man.
What?
In Stranger Things, when they're all like possessed by, you know, like Billy and that old lady,
Oh, yeah.
and their eyes went strange like that, like.
Yeah.
That's
That
what
is
it
that is
reminded me of.
true. That is true. So I'm just gonna real quick bring this up. There you go. This I'm gonna obviously put it on screen. This is Man Spider. Okay. This is Man Spider. This is what Man Spider looks like. Now this is Man Spider from the 90s animated Spider-Man cartoon. This is what we think in the chat as well. The fact that we're following this version of Spider-Man for a decade is so cool. I think it's so cool, yeah. One thing I like about MCU Spider-Man is that we grew up alongside him too. Yeah, I love that about this as well. But we think this is what Tom Holland's turning into.
It's organic instant kill.
Organic instant kill. Yeah, when he turns into this thing.
Yeah.
So we think in this scene, he's basically just turning into this thing. He's just like...
Yeah.
He's just like, right, bet, let's go.
Yeah.
And he's just going to absolutely destroy these guys. Apart from
I'm
that...
so excited for this.
It's such... And this is such a good
Is
shot.
it July?
July 31st. Yeah. This is such a good shot because, obviously, Peter is, like, I mean, his eyes are just so emotionless. And the mask is encapsulated in his face. So it's like, Peter Parker's no more. Spider-Man is... Like, I love the...
Yeah.
And another shot I really loved, and the chat was laughing at me about this, but is the washing machine shot. This is peak visual storytelling, by the way, because the frame. I'm gonna tell Holly, right? The frame. I'm gonna move my spiders to the corner. The frame is like has the washing machine dead center, and it's white. The rest of the shot has like dark tones, so like oak brown, dark brown on the left. Even Peter's wearing like dark clothes.
Yeah.
The only other visually prominent thing in this shot is Peter's leg, where he's got bruises from being Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So it's like Spider-Man is front and center. He's washing with the washing machine. It's like white.
Yeah.
Peter is in dark clothing, and there's a lot of hard shadows on him, so he's sort of out the way. And
okay.
I love this shot. I love it.
It's like Spider-Man is able to be well kept and like washed and clean, and then
he
there,
is not,
and he's there, and he doesn't even have any trousers, and he's just
exactly.
and, yeah.
So I love that. Yeah, it's a combination of the 90s cartoon mixed with a rejected James Cameron film. Yeah, that's crazy. It does feel like that. May or may not be in this movie. Who's in this movie? Who's in this movie? Man Spider, maybe. The trailer ended world hunger, says Apple. It did. You should tell Holly about my interpretation of the washing machine shot. Oh, no, Mickey. What did you say about the washing machine shot? I forgot now. It was like an hour ago now. My brain's been through.
How long have you been on this?
I don't know. Enough to have sweat to have killed
Oh my god.
Small horse. Hearts for Holly. Oh, you're getting hearts in the chat. From Cool Man there. Right. So the trailer's fantastic. The trailer looks amazing. I'm so excited for this movie. And of course, you know, I'm going to be making many videos on this. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a video coming Saturday, I think. Saturday or Sunday, depending on when. Need High Top Films reaction to this. Yeah, actually, you make a good point, Apple. I want to know what High Top thinks. Because High Top notoriously is like the guy who does not like MCU Spider-Man. Because of probably the 3 reasons why we like this. You know, no depressed Peter Parker. No interesting visual storytelling. And, well, he claims there's no stakes in the Home Trilogy. I disagree. But this looks like it's got... you know, I'm ready to dig my teeth into it. Okay. I think we all need to take a breather. Don't we? We all need to take a breather. I said that basically the washing machine is just showing our goat Spider-Man might be washed. Yeah. Yeah. You're on brand.
I know.
This is a mug,
this was
by the way.
not planned.
By the way, this mug, we've got Toby's logo. We got Toby's logo on it.
Lewis made this.
I painted this, by the way. So I'm not just a fan for the camera. I am actually obsessed. The new logo. Actually, this is annoying.
This is all he talks
because
about.
this.
Honestly, I'm sick of Spider.
This is annoying because this logo here, and then the Andrew's Amazing Spider-Man 2 logo.
It's got
Spider mug. It says Spider mug on the side. Anyway, apart from the, I'm not obsessed, just passionate. So I saw some High Top initial thoughts on Twitter while they were doing the early marketing, and he looks kind of interested right now. Okay, I'm interested to see what he thinks. I'm sure he will post a video. With the stakes, they got bigger and bigger with each film. The stakes, Aftermath, and No Way Home are very palpable in this trailer. Palpable, I like that word, and I agree. But with that, I'm going to call it there on the stream. I am very hot and sweaty. This room is a sauna because it's actually quite hot in the UK today, isn't it?
18
It's
degrees.
18 degrees. We've had a sweltering day.
really hot.
It's been brilliant, hasn't it?
Everyone's in shorts and t-shirts.
I know.
Like,
on my way in from work, I was driving and I drove past a beer garden. And I kid you not, it was.
I was in the beer garden.
You were in the beer garden.
Rammed.
There we go. We're back. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Where's the TASM logo? Oh, show the TASM logo. Show the TASM logo. Oh, that's hot.
I know.
There's the TASM logo. It's not perfect, of course. The annoying thing about this logo is that it's the No Way Home one at the end, but the new one is like slightly different. So I'm kind of annoying about that. 18 degrees is so calm for us in Asia. You know, I wish we had 18 degrees all the time.
We've been complaining about how hot it is all day.
No, we can't do that because
My office at work was roasting.
It doesn't matter. British people, we don't care what the temperature is. We complain.
We don't tolerate the heat.
No, we don't.
But we want the heat.
Funny enough, the shot that sold him was the washing machine shot. Was it actually? Are you? No, you are having a laugh. The shot that sold High Top was the washing machine shot. Are you actually having a laugh? I am not. I am not. That is actually crazy. Lewis, it's true. It's been cloudy all year in the UK. That is true. Yes, it has been.
Well, like rain.
It up until I think February 20. Up until or maybe March.
No, it's my birthday.
Your birthday.
The weather changed on my birthday.
It rained every day. I'm wearing a Spider-Man top underneath a hoodie. That's cool. We got to rep it. But you guys are more used to cold weather, so I guess it makes sense. Yeah, we are. We are used to cold weather. Yeah, we've acclimatized. But I say we're acclimatized. Hey, bro just wants to see him miserable and wheezing. The thing is, I say that, but if we move back to here, this shot is goated. Like, this is, like, I'm not just saying this. Like, I think it's incredibly funny that High Top is also lingering on the shot. But there's a reason why he is. I mean, High Top is, High Top is a clever filmmaker, okay? And I'm really excited for his Jason thing, but this shot is good. This is a really good shot. Finally, I'm sick of people leaving Garfield up. Bro saw him bruised up next to a washing machine and was like, yeah. I mean, weren't we all? Weren't we all? Like, is that not?
This is what I like. I like the nitty gritty emotional films like Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3 is so underrated.
I love Iron Man 3.
I do as well. Iron Man 3 is so underrated. Chat, do you like Iron Man 3? Anyway, this could last forever. This stream is, we got a lot to talk about, but I'm sure we'll carry on talking about it. I won't be streaming this Friday, because we streamed tonight. So I'm going to do a bunch of, just sort of quiet editing stuff, and maybe if it's warm, maybe the beer garden. Thank you guys for watching. It's been amazing. Iron Man 3 is underrated. If you're watching back, of course, leave your comments down below. Just to let us know what you thought of the trailer. Anything else from you? Okay, right. Well, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I will see you